Hey guys, what's up? This is kaozbender here again for another video, and welcome to a short Let's Play that is going to be happening before the road to Mario Kart 8, because we still have a couple of days to go, and I really don't want to leave you guys without any games to, well, enjoy. Now, this is going to be different. This is obviously a, well, if you can't see by the title, this is obviously a Kirby game. It is Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. It is one of the games that I played a lot during my childhood for the Nintendo 64, about to stutter, I'm sorry. And this is basically one of the happiest games that you're going to be playing on the Nintendo 64. And it seems that me and the word Nintendo 64 cannot get along today. Let's go ahead and begin Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. Now, as you can see, I am almost done with my main file. Now, at this recording session, I'm only going to be recording like a couple of them. But the next time that I play over here is, you know, basically going to be at 100, even though we're not going to be seeing this screen anymore. We know how to use Kirby's abilities, and yes, this, like I said before, one of the happiest games that you're going to be playing. And basically, why did I do this game is, like I said before, number one, it is a really short game, and if I didn't do this until the road to Mario Kart 8, we would have around 3 weeks without videos, and not really to saturate my channel, like, well, not that I'm like, oh yeah, I have to record, I have to make something, but, you know, this game is incredibly short. If I go making around 15-minute videos, this, believe me, is going to take less than 15 episodes, which is going to be quite good. Now, I'm pretty sure it's going to take a lot shorter than that, but we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, welcome to Popstar, the first world of Kirby 64. Obviously, I'm going to stop like mentioning the name, but as you can see right here, as well as it is obvious for the Kirby you know, like Kirby series or like staple or whatever, you can actually inhale enemies and you are going to be able to copy their abilities. As you can see right here, I have a kick-ass fire sword, which is going to help me rush through this thing, and it is going to be quite amazing to make things really fast. Now, this, even at 100%, it is not going, like, you can easily clear this game in one day if you have, well, the first thing, if you have played the game, or if not, you can actually look up a guide, because if you want 100%, there are a couple of things that are a little bit tricky to find, including some of the Crystal Shards. Now, as you can see, the powers right here, I'm able to combine, for example, right here, I have Fire and Cutter. Now, what we saw in the previous screen is that we are going to be collecting some Crystal Shards, as the title actually implies. Now, I'm only going to be showing these power-ups like really quickly, because I'm not going to use them for too long, because this is actually the first world in which we have to use a specific power or a combination of powers in order to get the Crystal Shards that were mentioned in the beginning of the game. And the first one actually has to do with bombs. However, I am not going to use, you know, a bomb just as it is. I'm going to combine it with fire. And when you do this, it is going to make you a living firework show. Yes, indeed. And as you can see, well, we got the second one. And this is how, how I said that there are going to be very specific power combinations, especially a later game. Like right now, that only took bomb, the bomb ability, and well, that was actually really easy. As you can see, we had some bombing power-ups right next to the Crystal Shard. But later on, they become really specific. You have to be, for example, fire and, you know, I really can't come up with anyone right now. Like, there's one, well, without spoiling, well, I don't really consider this like spoilers or anything, but there's another power-up which is ice, and for a specific Crystal Shard, I believe in World 3, and, you know, just keep in mind, this is just like an example, and there I go, taking a hit. But this is going to be really easy. We defeated the the cursed Waddle Dee, and we land the third Crystal Shard in our pocket. Alright, that was a mouthful, and the next thing that I wanted to explain is that, oh, sorry, lately my throat has been hurting a lot, and no matter what I do, it just keeps hurting and hurting. Like, I just keep fucking, I'm really sorry for the stuttering. I keep, like, taking medicine, and it soothes it for, like, 5 hours or so, but then the fucking pain comes back. It is awful. Anyway, This is another stage in which we need a specific power-up for. Now, since I already played the game, I know in advance. Oh, never mind. This is not, we don't really need this one. And in here, I'm actually going to be showing you my favorite power-up of the entire game, which is so broken, you guys will see it. It is my favorite one. You have to combine Bomb with... Oh, and by the way, just keep in mind, if you get rid of, like, an enemy... yeah, you know, for example, if I wanted to use the bomb, but you know, if I screw up, you can actually leave and they respawn after, you know, a couple of seconds that the screen hasn't been like on them, I guess. So if you want to power up, don't worry, you know, it's going to be there. And as you can see, this is my favorite power up, the Ninja Stars. This is incredibly awesome, and it is so broken. Like, as you see in the previous stage, you know, this is going to be the case for almost every boss. Like, you can basically use any power-up or combination of power-ups in order to kill them incredibly fast. And yeah, that's basically going to be the case. Now, I'm going to be playing like a really, you know, casual here. Like, I'm not going to rush a lot. You know, like, there's really no need to. This world only has 6 main, did I say this world? This game only has 6, fucking 6 worlds, and each of them has 5 stages, which all of them are really short. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could potentially clear 1 world per episode, but that was going to be making things really, really short, and I really didn't want that. Like, I think I'm going to do how... Oh, and by the way, you can actually teabag things if you actually defeat the enemies. Just look at that. Just look at how awesome Kirby looks. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I already mentioned that we need very specific power-ups for later in the game, and that it's going to be, like, really easy. Like, if there is one crystal shard that actually needs us to... have a very specific power-up or combination of power-ups, I'm going to get it off screen, and then I'm going to enter the world. And by the way, you don't want to fall quite yet. Well, I usually take this one up, so it's, you know, not that bad. Anyway, look at how broken this thing is. You are just in the air, and you just keep spamming B, and it's done. Just look at it. I'm going to teabag this thing. Okay, so the... second crystal shard, I'm sorry, has been collected, and right here we are going to be presented with yet another boss. Now, while we do this, and I'm going to talk about this girl after we defeat this thing, well, yeah, not to spoil, but this is actually the mini-boss. So, while we defeat her, or battle her, I should say, why a Kirby game on my channel? I really wanted to give, you know, sort of a variety. I mean, there have been a lot of Mario games in the past, and my first Let's Play this year was Super Peach 3D World, which, you know, was really, really nice, and even though it was Peach, it was still a Mario game. And making a lot of Mario games in the past, I really wanted to give some variety. You guys saw that I did Fire Emblem, which was, you know, an incredible flop. Like, I still did it because I love that game, but, you know, it wasn't really the case. I mean, I know that a lot of my audience is, like, a lot more into, like, the Mario games. I mean, just like I am, but, like, some people were, well, not some people, but, you know, this wasn't, like, like a direct attack or something. But, you know, I heard that, well, some of my friends were actually trolling me that I do nothing but Mario games. And, you know, I didn't do the Fire Emblem series just to prove them wrong. You know, I just did it because I really love the game. And also to give, you know, some variety to my channel. I mean, I already saw that the Fire Emblem games are not too popular. And to be honest, there's not going to be any more. Not because I'm more interested in the views, it's because that is the only Fire Emblem that I have ever played in my life. And, you know, this is actually not joking. That has been the only one, and by the way, by defeating the, you know, the girl, we actually get the 3rd crystal shard. And, yeah, back to topic, that is, it about the Fire Emblem thing. I mean, it was given to me by a gift. I never looked into the series, and, well, that's basically it. Like, it was given to me by a gift, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play that. And even though I like the game, I wouldn't really buy any other Fire Emblem game on, you know, of my own. Like, I wouldn't personally go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a Fire Emblem game. But, you know, that was actually really fun. I really loved the game, and, you know, I already, well, recorded it, and just gave the channel a little bit more variety. And this is going to be the case for Kirby 64. Now, this year is basically going to be the variety year. Now, if you don't know what I mean, it is going to be a year full of like different franchises. And why do I say this? And by the way, this is my third time recording this. This first episode. The first two, I mean, my commentary wasn't really too great, and my throat was hurting a lot more, so I kept coughing and coughing, or like just passing, this is gonna sound gross, I'm sorry, but like passing saliva in order to like fucking make it hurt a little bit less, but it didn't really work, so the commentary was really bad, and this one I'm actually liking a lot. Now, I'm gonna get rid of my ninja stars in order to get the power up that is required for us to get, I believe it's the first crystal shard. And yeah, back to topic. So this year is going to be full of variety. And why do I say that? First of all, there was even though, like I said before, it is a Mario game, I called it Peach, but it's still a Mario game. So we had Mario, and then we had Fire Emblem, and right now we have Kirby. After this, we have the road to Mario Kart 8. And, oh, fuck, I don't want to kill the enemy, fuck! I'm just going to use the, oh, never mind, there's another one, but if there wasn't, I was just going to use the tip that I gave you guys. Anyway, you want to double cutter in order to get the first crystal shard, which is going to be quite easy, and there I go, taking some more damage. Alright, by the way, if you want some food, there's, a little bit more over here, but I'm really not going to take that. Alright, and my computer is asking me to fucking do like a Windows update. Sorry for the little pause right there, but I am not going to do that. I am recording Kirby 64. By the way, just a quick note, now that we rescued this girl, you are going to be encountering her sometimes in your adventure, and when you are at full health, she's going to give you a 1-up, and when you are not, she is going to give you a maximum tomato, just like, you saw. By the way, right here, I am, I'm also going to get rid of this power, because there is actually, a much better way to defeat the boss that we're going to be taking on right now. Oh man, like, yes, my throat is, like, still hurting, but I'm just going to attempt to, well, not make it seem, too obvious. So, back to the variety thing. After Mario Kart 8, I'm gonna have either Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess or Pikmin Blind. That is going to be up to you guys, and if you are watching until now, I would suggest that you go vote if you haven't already, because the voting is actually incredibly close right now. By the way, we're gonna head up to small cutscene right now. But if you haven't voted, go ahead and vote, because the votes are really close. I think Twilight Princess is winning by like 2 votes. I think it's like 73 to 71 or something like that, which is actually really, really interesting. So just make sure and to do that. And that's well, pretty much it. So after Mario Kart 8, we're gonna have either the continuation to Road to Pikmin 3, which, it should have actually ended long ago, but no, my lazy ass just didn't do it. And it was actually in a really good time. I really wanted to do it blind, and, well, that's pretty much it. Alright, so we have King DDD right here, and one thing that I do is just take double fire, and as you can see, well, we're gonna be doing really quick work of this dude. And by the way, yeah, his first phase is actually over. And after those 2 games, believe it or not, I have no idea what I'm going to do. So this year, at the time of what I have planned, which is, well, so far we've had a Mario game, a Fire Emblem game, a Kirby game, a Zelda game, and a Pikmin game. And all of that is going to end somewhere around October. And that leaves me, around 3 months to make another game. And, well, I'm just going to make it a brand new series just to make the entire year without repeated franchises, which I believe would be really cool. Just let me know what you think. Anyway, right here, I'm gonna go, at the end of every single... Fuck, I didn't do it. At the end of every single stage, I'm gonna try to go for those little cards that you see. And the reason for that is because you have, like, this is not required for 100%, but those cards are actually enemy bios. Oh my fucking god, I really don't want to get hit by the baby trees. Those little cards are enemy bios, and yeah, it's not required for 100%, but it is still really cool to fill it out. I think I've only done it once. Oh shit, I really don't want to get hit. There we go, because if you get hit, the second phase is actually going to take a little bit longer, and you really don't want that. Well, at least I don't. So I'm just going to do double fire, and this episode is almost over. We're going to be taking care of the first world in the first episode, which is actually kind of cool. Now, don't count on this being for every episode, because the worlds actually get, I mean, the stages get a lot longer and a little bit more complicated. Well, not too complicated, but they get a little bit longer. And, well, yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, with one last hit, Mr. Wispy Woods, I think it's his name. And by the way, yes, I am not that much of a Kirby fan to know that, you know, the entire names, but I'm pretty sure this dude is like kind of a staple to every single Kirby game in the entire existence of the, you know, Kirby franchise, which is actually Wispy Wood, I think. And yeah, that's basically why I know his name. Alright, so we are going to head to a brand new world, which we are going to be exploring in the following episode. Now, this one was a little bit longer because I just wanted to like introduce and all that good stuff. But the next ones are going to be shorter, maybe 12 or 13 minutes. But that's going to be really nice. Anyway, you guys have a great day, take care of yourself. And until my next episode when we start exploring the Rockstar, I will see you then.